Hey, everybody. It's Debbie Talbert here, and I am so excited you are here with me today on this awesome newcomer journey to Udemy and crafting my first online course for Udemy. So today is day 2, and I'm so excited for you to be here today because I'm going to share with you a tool that I use to help me map out the product and the course and outline it. So it's really like, for me, it's an outlining tool because I'm a visual person, and this is far easier process for me, mind mapping, than it is for me to write everything out by hand or type it all out in some form of document. So anyway, so today we're going to be learning how to plan your product, your course, and along with deciding your ideal target audience for the course. Because until you actually have that, you're unable to move further with the plan. So I'm going to take you through the process that I went through a couple days ago to help me. Actually, yesterday, it was yesterday after I did my hangout yesterday. So to help me narrow down who I actually wanted to create this course for, and it's really very awesome process. So let's go ahead over. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we are going to get started. I'm going to take you over to my mind map process. And you'll need to bear with me because my Mac baby here on my desk, she is running out of space. So she's working very slow. Sometimes she feels like me when you get over 50. Anyway, and I'm in the process of getting her more space. However, right now it has not happened yet. So part of this, I'll be looking at my notes in Evernote on my MacBook Air, as well as sharing with you the MindMeister map. And if you want to know more about the product, I'll tell you how you can get access to it. So here is the map itself, the course, when you get onto it. And you can actually get there by doing mindmeister.hangoutwithdebbie.com, and that will take you to their page, and it'll explain everything to you. This is my page as I've already logged in, but they'll explain how their process works and the mapping works. So after you watch this, if you like how this works, go over to mindmeister.hangoutwithdebbie.com, and I spelled Debbie, DEBI, and you can check out their product. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go over to the little mind map I created, where we talked about this yesterday, where day 1 was to explore around the Udemy and check out what other people are doing and get yourself set up as part of actually taking a course. From what I've discovered, because this is totally brand new to me too, is so far when I actually click on the button to create course, I am unable to stay there unless I upload my course, and my course isn't ready yet. So I will get there later, and I'll show you how to do that when we get to that part. And then, so you want to just look around and you'll get a feel of how Udemy actually works. And then you need to plan, right? So part of this planning is you're going to block off time and your schedule to do the various steps of going through the process of creating your course. And then as you're planning, you're going to want to think about the type of course, whether you're going to do videos, text, a combo, and the tools that you're going to need to use. Which leads me to this particular tool here, because this will help you leverage if you leverage this tool, this will help you by using the tool have 4 or 5 of the steps already covered with one part of this tool. So then now we're going to talk about how you can decide your target audience, because before you can continue on with your course outline, you need to know who it is you actually want to be helping. So over here, I have created this. I did this morning. So it's really very easy to do and to use. And I did this morning. So what I'm going to do is show you how I actually started this, and then I will take you through the process of picking your audience. And I'm going to show you the slideshow feature of this as I teach you how to pick your target audience. So let's go over to my maps. So I'd go to my maps and I'm going to make a new one, right? So I'm going to do a new mind map. And I personally love to use other people's products to leverage off of. So these are like browsing templates. So they already have a bunch of templates in here for you to utilize and work with. So that's actually what I did. So this morning when I was doing the decide your target audience, I looked at the templates and I decided which one did I like best. And I decided this one here, because of how colorful it is, and I wanted it to go up and down, I picked the organizational chart. So all you do is you click this one, and then the template's going to show up. Now, because this one is already a pre-designed template, how the processes that you would go through to do an organizational chart, you already have all of these features in here, but they're very, very easy to change. So right up here, I just double clicked and I did decide. Pardon me. Whoops. Your target audience. Right? Okay, so then over here, let me see, what did I call it? Picking your audience. There we go. So then I picked the first steps of what you're going to have to do, like, so kind of like a chapter title, right? So then you call it picking your audience. And then the next, you go through the process of this will be your subcategory here. So you would type in your own personal subcategory here. And then the steps it takes for someone to accomplish what you want to teach them here in your subcategory. So this is how you can utilize this. The way that you're going to eliminate all of this other things on the side, if you decide you actually don't need them, which I did eliminate some of them, all you do is go up here and let's click on the word sale. So you, so you click on it and see how it's activated there with the little red, and I hit the delete button and it's gone. So if you don't need that, you can easily take it out and delete. Then let's say you don't need this last one down here, benefits, same thing, you just delete. So this is how you can leverage what other people in MindMeister have already done and get yourself started creating your own map right away. So then now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the process that I utilize to decide my target audience and who I wanted to teach with this online course I was creating. So I am going, now keep in mind that this is all, I've only been using this particular mapping process product for 4 days, right? So now in 4 days, you can see the other maps I've already created. This is very, very easy to use. They have videos that you can learn from, and you'll be able to, they're easy to follow. And then they have also all kinds of other stuff that other people have done. So this is a very easy product to get started with. It is not free. There are charges for it, but it's really, really inexpensive for the year. It's not over $50 for the year, for the entire year to utilize the product. Now you do have to do what I'm going to do, the slide share, and the next step, which is saving myself a tremendous amount of time, turning this mind map into a presentation style document from the steps that you've already created. So that's what you can do after you go through the work of creating this and you're brainstorming. You can then turn that into part of what you're going to want to have for your course to make it a professional and educational, highly educational course for your ideal student. So let's go ahead and start this process. So right here, all you do is click this little button down here where it looks like a television or a computer screen. And it's telling you here now, what's really cool about this is that I am working on a Mac. So it tells me hint. You also can, and for Mac, if you're not a Mac person, that means command, plus click and drag this slide to create the presentation. Or you can tell it to auto create it. So I personally am going to tell it to auto create it. And we're going to go through and so if you want it to auto create it, what I do know for sure is you need to have everything open that you want it to create. So if you only want to create a slideshow, for this part of your map, then you leave it this way and then you tell it to auto create. However, I want to actually go through all these steps because this is going to help me with be my notes, right, as I am teaching. So I'm going to tell it to auto create the presentation and let's see what happens. Oh, alrighty then. I don't think it did what I thought it was going to do, but let's see, okay? Because this is not what happened to my last time. Listen, this is all learning process, and this was make this the journey, and this is a live documentation of my journey going through how I'm creating this course. So now what I'm going to do is go over here to the right, and I'm going to start the slideshow, and I want to see how this works and if it does what it is I would like. What I may need to do is, let me try something first before we start. So let me go up to, let me turn it off. Oops, there's it on. But I want to see, I'm not able to do that. So let me try this process and let's see what it does. So I'm going to do start. And then it's going to come up with, okay, see, right? So here you can do here, and you can have, right now we're going to learn how to decide your target audience for your online educational course. Then all I do is press my space bar, and it's going to take me to picking your audience. And then it's going over to get specific and putting it all together. So this is not, and then the next, what we're going to talk about tomorrow, and I'm going to work on tomorrow, is helping myself stand out. So I'll show you the process that you go through to help yourself stand out. Then I'm going to stop the share because this did not exactly do what I was hoping it would do. In the last one I created, it did a little different. So anyway, so then in order for you to decide to help you decide your ideal student, what you want to think about is, why are they taking this course? What is motivating them to get started in your course? As well as what motivates them to finish? What do they actually want in the outcome? So then the next step, how you're going to get very specific so that you, let's see, I got more, no, I don't. All right, so for you to get very specific and to help you narrow down your broad topic. So like in my case here, my broad topic is Hangouts. I'm going to teach you how to use Hangouts. And I specifically am going to teach you the easy way to use Hangouts. However, I want to narrow that down because I know the level I want to teach, which is, it's kind of the intermediate level, is basic intermediate. That's the level I want to teach. And the subject I want to teach is Hangouts. And then my ideal student. So anyway, so here's where I went through this process, right? What do you want to teach them? So I want to teach them how to use Hangouts in their business to make more, to attract their customers. And I want to specifically work with solopreneurs and small business owners. And this is how I'm going to design the course. And then the level that I'm going to teach the course is going to be in between. It's in between basic beginner to up to the intermediate level. So the person that's going to take this course, they would want to at least be comfortable on social media and willing to learn. It doesn't matter if they're tech savvy or not, because I'm making this easy and it's designed for the non-tech savvy person. So that would be where I got the level. Now, the desired result is to use Hangouts in your business. So that is my desired result and what I want to help people to be able to do. And then who should be the student? So my student is a solopreneur, someone that works by themselves like me. And then I use outside sources, automation, and virtual assistants to help me with some of my tasks. So and the struggle is actually taking the time to learn exactly how a product works myself, because that's why I take courses from other people. I took one on Evernote and how to use Evernote because I love Evernote. And by taking this person's course, his name's Steve Dotto, and I highly recommend his stuff. And you can find him over on Patreon. Look for him on Patreon. It's a crowd-funded site. And if you use Evernote, I'd recommend that you go over there and check out his Patreon site, because if you support him with $10 a month, you get his Evernote's Made Easy course as well as his Using Task Apps Made Easy course. And I digress. But anyway, that's my sales pitch for Steve Dotto. And I'm doing it because I love how much he has helped me. So anyway, where was I? Okay, so my ideal student. So they're struggling, first of all, with time. Secondly, they get very, very frustrated when they're trying to find out this answers and their lack of time. They get frustrated. I need to go back to other tasks. So that's who I'm targeting. Their skill level, they are someone that's already comfortable inside of social media. It may not necessarily be doing hangouts and using YouTube. However, they have used other ones such as Facebook, Pinterest. So they're comfortable inside social media platforms. And then their desired outcome is to use Hangouts on Air, the recorded option, inside their business to help them with their marketing, help them with their education, help them doing group coaching, and those things of that nature. So then what you're going to do is to help, once you've thought about all this and brainstorm this in your head, and you can even use this mind map to help you brainstorm this in your head. So to help you put it all together, then what you're going to want to do is think about your ideal student. Then next, you're going to think about your target audience. And then you're going to put the both of them together. And this is going to become your course topic. So here's an easy sentence that I would recommend. And if my slideshow had worked right, this would be an awesome way I could slow and you can write it down. And I will do this slow for you. So what you want to do is you want to put, I want to teach. And then right after I want to teach, you're going to put your subject. And you're going to put and then you want the level. And then you're going to want to teach it to your ideal student. And then you're going to put who have, and then your target audience. And want to be able to, and then the learning subject, objective. Oh, I did that in there twice. It's the learning objective, and then the next one is the course value. So let me give you an example of what I came up with and how it's helping me narrow down my course plan as I plan this out further. So I want to teach intermediate hangout marketing to solopreneurs and small business owners who feel technology challenged and want to be able to add Google Hangouts into their business. So by using this little process of figuring out your audience and then getting very specific and putting it all together, I came up with a sentence for myself that is now guiding me. And it is like, it's my flight plan. I'm going to use flight plan because I'm a flight attendant. So it's my flight plan now as I go through the rest of the process of creating and continuing my course. Now, tomorrow, I will take you through the process of how to stand out. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you guys. And then, oh no, it looks like it wasn't sharing anyway. And I just went through all that process. I might have to redo this one. Alrighty then, sometimes stuff happens. So I clearly it was not sharing my screen because I didn't have to stop sharing my screen. So I am going to go back and recreate this Hangout and come back and teach you what I really wanted to teach you. Hey, that's all right. Maybe this time I can get my map to go through. However, I won't be deleting this, and I'm just going to put blooper on the outside of it. So you guys know it's a blooper on day 2. I will talk to you later. Thanks for being here. I'll be back shortly with the actual sharing of the screen.